failure and success are not just linked, I think they are the same thing.
That's Erica Hamden. She's a professor and an astrophysicist who builds telescopes. And yes, she has an incredibly cool job. She's also a TED Fellow, and her TED Talk on the importance of failure has been watched almost 2 million times. I'm Shoham Arad, director of the TED Fellows program. I spoke to Erica about how hardships can lead to breakthroughs in confidence, but that doesn't mean that failing is something that's easy for Erica.
It was like, okay, I'll go to MIT, then go to space. It's going to be awesome.
Totally. Sounds awesome.
It does sound awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. My 18-year-old self had it all figured out.
So easy.
So I went to MIT and I got there and it was a disaster. It was 2001. I was a very sheltered, naive person.
Mm-hmm.
I was 18 and having to suddenly make all these decisions for myself. I started having these basically panic attacks and a lot of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the self-confidence at the time. And so I ended up withdrawing and I just went home. I really felt like I had failed in this fundamental way. And I remember feeling so low, like my parents had come to pick me up and we were driving back to New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking okay, I guess my life is over.
Right.
So I was at home because I had left after Thanksgiving. And instead of building a gingerbread house, I had seen on Martha Stewart, she made a house out of sugar cubes with icing as mortar. I built this sugar cube house every day. Slowly, I built this house. And then at Christmas, it was done. But it was this small, tedious project that I could just do.
What a metaphor for that moment. Brick by brick. You're building your own house.
Yeah. At the time, it was a very difficult experience to go through, but leaving MIT was the best decision that I think I've ever made. I spent that whole rest of the year really rebuilding myself and thinking about, well, what do I like? What is important to me?
How did that moment in time change how you think about failure now?
In the work I do now, there's no guarantees that your big experiment is ever going to work. I think about on a day-to-day basis, even if this failed in the future, would I be happy with how today has gone and yesterday and tomorrow? So I just try and do it one day at a time.
It's a lot of sugar cubes.
Yeah, I'm still building that house.
What I hear from you over and over is that you're not thinking about the endpoint of your telescopes. You're thinking about everyday activities that give you smaller pieces of feedback that feed your confidence levels.
Yeah. Confidence to me means the ability to do exactly what you want when you need to and not worrying about what everyone else wants you to do.
So when the goal is no longer external achievement, but actually personal fulfillment, what does success look like?
More recently, I've discovered this different feeling of success, which is not about what I do, but what about the people that work with me do. Now I feel like success is what have I done to bring up the people behind me or around me.
Mm-hmm.
Success is really about the community that I'm trying to develop.
Dove Advanced Care Antiperspirant knows that the journey to success and confidence is a long one. So they're here to help give you a boost along the way. Their new formula with natural oil leaves underarms feeling healthy and protected, and you more confident and carefree. Don't let underarm worries or fear of failure hold you back. Head to TED.com/Dove. That's TED.com/DOVE to learn more about women like Erica who are finding their own pathways towards confidence.